There's a moment in life when you stop running. Not because you've reached the finish line, but because you realize there was never a race. The world told you who to be, what to chase, and how to live. But somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice whispers, "This isn't me." That voice isn't weakness. It's your soul, asking to be seen, asking to come home. And the moment you listen, everything begins to change, because knowing yourself isn't just awareness. It's power, the kind of power that silently transforms everything around you. Most people think they're free, but they're trapped in invisible patterns. They react instead of create. They repeat instead of grow. You wake up and check your phone. You scroll. You compare. You react. You get angry. You calm down. You repeat. Days become weeks. Weeks become years. And you wonder why nothing changes. But nothing changes because you don't see the pattern that runs your life. Self-awareness is the key that unlocks that cage. It's the moment you realize, I am not my thoughts. I am the one observing them. When you start to see your reactions, your emotions, and your beliefs, not as who you are, but as programs, you begin to rewrite the code of your reality. Every experience in your life reflects your inner world. When someone triggers you, it's not about them. It's about what's still unhealed within you. The universe doesn't punish or reward. It reveals. It shows you what you still believe, what you still fear, what you still avoid. When you realize this, life stops being a battlefield and becomes a classroom. Every challenge, every frustration, every heartbreak, all of it becomes feedback from your higher self. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That shift, that single question, is the moment the game changes. We live in constant noise, mental noise, emotional noise, digital noise. We're always reacting, always consuming, always distracting ourselves from the silence. But silence isn't empty. Silence is truth. It's where the voice of your intuition lives. When you sit in stillness, even for a few minutes, something sacred happens. You start hearing yourself again. Not the loud voice of fear, but the quiet whisper of your inner wisdom. You realize that peace was never something to find outside. It was always waiting for you, underneath the noise. Meditation, solitude, reflection. These aren't escapes from life. They are ways to return to yourself, to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. There's a moment, a silent one, when awareness turns into transformation. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It's subtle, but it changes everything. You stop seeking validation. You stop chasing people, outcomes, or approval. You start moving from a place of quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything. You understand that your worth was never up for debate, that you don't need to become something. You only need to remember what you already are. That's the power of knowing yourself. It's not arrogance. It's not ego. It's peace. It's strength that doesn't shout. It's clarity that doesn't waver. When you know yourself deeply, life stops being a fight. It becomes a flow. You don't control every wave. You learn how to surf them. Self-awareness leads you to something even deeper. Connection. Connection to your purpose, your intuition, your higher self, and ultimately, to something divine. When you know who you are, you realize you were never separate from God, from life, from the universe. You were just lost in the noise of your own mind. That reconnection brings peace that no success, no relationship, no achievement can offer. It's the peace of being fully present, of being home in yourself. You stop running. You stop chasing. You begin being. And in that being, you discover that everything you ever sought was already inside you. Every decision you make comes from your level of consciousness. When you change your awareness, you change the choices you make and the life you create. You start attracting different people. You start recognizing patterns before they repeat. You start saying no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes your soul. You stop trying to fix others, and instead, you master your own energy. You stop asking for light because you realize you are the light. Your destiny begins to unfold not by effort, but by alignment. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer seek, you remember. That's the real secret. Awareness changes everything. The journey of self-discovery isn't about becoming something new. It's about removing what's false, the layers, the noise, the masks. What remains is pure, real, unshakable. The power to change your life doesn't come from doing more. It comes from seeing more clearly, from recognizing that everything you were searching for was already within you. So stop running. Be still. Look inward, because the moment you truly know yourself, the world around you changes effortlessly. If this message resonated with you, take a breath and let it sink in. You are not lost. You are awakening. And every time you listen to that quiet voice within, you're coming closer to your true self. If you found value here, don't forget to subscribe, share this with someone who needs it, and continue your journey with our next video, because your awakening has just begun. Asterisk.